Hey guys, I'm back here. My BMC race filters for my Jaguar F-Type R have just arrived. Going to be installing those here tonight, this evening. Might work until tomorrow, just depends on what's going on tonight. I would imagine this install is going to take at least an hour. It's probably 2, but I'm not in a hurry, so it's probably going to take me a little longer, I would imagine. So there's a lot of screws to take off, I think, so we'll just take these out to the garage. But so this video is going to be done in sections. I'm going to be highlighting the main sections of the video, the most important, I should say, and I'm just going to be doing it that way. Got those sit there on the bench. It's my all-wheel drive F-Type R. So far with this car, I've done very, very extensive testing as far as 0 to 60 times, quarter mile, all that stuff. It's bone stock. So far it's done 1138 at 124 miles per hour, and that's heat soaked. I know it's got a tenth and a half left in it. It's a long story. I know I'm really, really into drag racing a lot, but I've done a lot of testing with it. But I do want to see if the air filters do gain anything. And there is another video on my quarter mile times and all that stuff too. If you ever want to know some things about the racing aspect and the heat soak and all that kind of stuff, just you can feel free to message me anytime. But yeah, I know there's a tenth and a half left in the car, just the way it is, but not much, but just a little bit anyway. But anyway, it's done 1138, 124 miles per hour, 0 to 60, the fastest 3.30. Usually, it doesn't do that every time though. It's usually about 3.35, 3.38, 3.40, right in that range. But we're gonna see what it actually does after the air filters, because I like to test everything. It might not gain anything. You don't really know until you try it. So I'm going to try that and see what happens, and then going to be going to, of course, the quarter mile racetrack and all that stuff, and running the draggy side by side with the quarter mile racetrack, just like I always do. And then going to be also doing, after I test the air filters, going to be doing the lower pulley, upper pulley tune, that kind of stuff, and go from there. But anyway, let's get started on this. I don't think I have to take the wheels off on this project. I think I can just do all the underneath pieces. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this car moved out of this stall, put it over to this stall where the Super is, get these flipped around, and then get the Jaguar on the old jack stands on the front. Probably do a couple jacks, then get it on the jack stands and start taking some screws apart and get these things here installed. So I will be back. Like I said, I'm going to just highlight some of the video and such. So on the important parts. So, all right, talk to you soon. All right, guys, I have since went to the track one more time with the Jaguar F-Type R, and it actually did the 1130 at 125 miles an hour, which you can see in one of my other videos. But we are now going to finally start the air filter install. So first, again, like I said, I'm going to do this in segments. So first, we're going to start with all the screws on the underplates. We're going to take those off, and I think I can do it without taking the wheels off. But if I have to take the wheels off, that's fine. I'll figure something out. But instead of moving the Supra and flipping them around, I went ahead and just took the Viper off, and then took the Viper out, and then I just decided to use the lift for the whole deal. So I figured that'd be the easier way. So anyway, I'm going to get started, and again, like I said, I'm going to do this in segments, so I will be right back. All right, guys, I'm back here, and I got the hole underneath off. I have counted 33 bolts to get to this. So, and right there's the air boxes. And you just never know what you're going to find when you take this stuff off. So there's the front lip, there's the underneath there, and then there's this little guy right here too. So that was extra weight right there. So I think taking that out, that'll definitely help me out for sure. So anyway, so I'm gonna get back to it and get these air filter boxes off. Again, I think I can do it without taking the tires off, or the wheels, but we'll find out. So, all right, we'll be back. All right, I'm back. Just got one of the air boxes out. I'll show you right up here. So it does all come out without the tire and wheel coming off and all that. There's actually 5 bolts that look like that hold it on, actually screws. One of them actually stayed in here, but there's actually 5. So anyway, I am going to take the other one off. It looks like this air filter is fairly clean. There's a few things in there. A little bit of dirt, not too much though. So I'll get the other one off and I'll just report back here. All right, I'll be back. All right, guys, we have now got both air filters off. This is the second one. Got a little bit of dust going on in there. Flakes and such. I'll have to clean all that out. Yeah, a little bit of dirt going on. So I'm gonna go ahead and get these all cleaned out. These filters here, looks like they have a really good fit. It's gonna be a very tight fit too, so I can definitely see that. First, I want to go ahead and clean these boxes out, and I'll get these fitted. Just an FYI, the way I did this one here is actually the proper way to do that. Don't take these all the way out, and the reason is, see, I did it on the second one, I didn't take them all the way out. The reason is I could just only imagine trying to put this back on the car. Those are supposed to hold in there, so it's not so difficult when you go to put it back on. Because if you go try to put this back on and not have those on and you try to fit those, you could do it, but it's going to take you a lot longer. So leave the screws on. They're supposed to stay on there just a little bit. They're supposed to hang on there. So, all right, I'll be back with everything fitted and ready to go on the car. All right, I have now got the air boxes all cleaned out. Air filters over here. And BMC does pretty well, it seems like it, not having a bunch of oil in their filters either. Just trying to show you this here, but they really don't come with a bunch of excess oil or anything, so you don't really need to worry about that with the BMC filters. So that is good. Okay, so these fit really tight in here too, very snug. There's number 1. Trying to do this with one hand is a little bit more difficult. Okay, so I need to put this part, little section on there first, which I was not doing because I was doing it with one hand. Okay, so there they are, all ready to go on. Here's the old filters. And this one here, I guess this one's a little bit more dirty than the other one, it seems like. I don't know. So anyway, all right, ready to install. So I'll get these back onto the car and I'll be back. All right, so before I get too far into putting these back on the car, I just kind of wanted to show you. I started these screws and I screwed them all the way to the top where they're flush. So that way it's the least amount of turning as possible. And these 3 tabs have to be lined up on the one side first, and then the other side goes on. Of course, you have to line the intake part up as well and put the worm clamp back on. So, all right, I'm gonna go get this installed and I'll be back. All right, so I'm about to install this on the car, but I just figured I'd do a quick video. Now, I didn't clean this at all. So this is very, very clean. So I just kind of wanted to show you guys that. So the air filter is definitely doing its job, the stock one. I think the BMC will too. I'm just kind of showing you guys how clean that actually is. Both sides are super clean without doing any cleaning or anything. So, all right, so I'll get these installed back on. I'll be back. Okay, I just installed the hardware on the second air box, and there's a little bit of a trick to this. This little insert right here there's a tab that has to go inside each one of those, and it has to line up. It can trick you into thinking it's lined up when it's really not, so you have to make sure the little tabs. Let's see if I can get my flashlight real quick. So these little tabs right here, there's 1, 2, the third one's right there. You have to put those inside these tabs. If they don't go in there, it can seem like it's in, but it won't actually be in. So it's a little bit tricky, but once you get past that, it's pretty simple, especially being that you already have the hardware already on. It'll just screw right in. So, all right, I'll get this one installed and I will be back. All right, now got the air boxes installed back. And number 2. And now we're just ready to put the under shield back on. When you go to put these clamps here back on, just make sure the hose is all the way in there. So make sure it goes all the way to that tab before you do that, because it kind of looks like it's on sometimes, but it's not all the way on. So I will be back. I'll get the under shield on and button this all up. Okay, I went ahead and cleaned the under shield up just for fun. And then also, when I go to modify this car, AP Performance, they want to know what pulley I have. So this is something I gotta figure out, because I'm gonna start modifying this car. So I gotta get this quick video of that. And there's the pulley. Okay, so that should tell them what pulley I have there. So, all right, so I'm gonna start getting this under shield back on now. So I will be back. All right, guys, everything is now installed back onto the car. And I just wanted to show you guys real quick. This is basically all the tools that you need for this. 8mm, 10mm, there's a Torx, Phillips screwdriver, straight screwdriver. So that is about it. So I'm gonna do a little startup in this video. I'll let this thing down and let it warm up and then kind of see how it sounds. So, all right, I'll be back and we'll get this all finished up. All right, guys, I'm gonna do a cold start on my Jaguar with the air filters, just to see if there's any sound difference just from startup or not. The exhaust is probably gonna be kind of loud though, so you might not hear anything. Much different on cold start. Of course, I wasn't up here when I started, but I'll wait for it to warm up. I'll stop the video for now, and then I'll wait for it to warm up, and I'll try to do some revs on it and see if we can hear any difference in the front here. Of course, it's not going to be as much of a difference as the cone filters and such. I doubt anyway, because it still does have the air box. It's just a replacement filter, so it might be a little bit of noise difference, but I don't don't know. Might not be too much. So anyway, I'll be back. I'll let it warm up and then we'll do a little rev on it. All right, it's all warmed up now. So, let's see if this thing makes any noise difference or not on the drive. Well, not a whole lot of difference, I don't think, from only going to 3,500 anyway, 4,000 RPM. It might, maybe at 7,000 or something, but I'm not going to free rev it that way. I'll go on the street and do that. So, anyway, that's it. So, it's, we'll see if I'm going to actually test it and see if the performance does any better or not. And I'll report back, but anyway, that concludes this video of the install, but I will definitely be letting everyone know what exactly this thing does. So far the car's done 1130 at 125, so we'll see if that improves, and then I'll start doing other modifications after that. All right, thanks for watching.